This is day 6 of finding trash at Barcelona's most popular beaches.
Hold on, that was actually a lie. Because today, we're at the beautiful Costa Brava, about 1.5 hours away from Barcelona. The reason for that? Let's start from the beginning. This right here is Albert. He is a dive instructor and opened up a small dive center 2 months ago. He built all of this and also runs the dive center all by himself. Albert got in touch with me through one of my latest videos and offered us to go scuba dive in Costa Brava's beautiful waters. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to show you all what Barcelona could look like if we would all take more care of its waters. So we got right into preparing the material, and joining me on this dive is my beautiful girlfriend Alessandra. And yes, before the comments start flooding, we are both PADI licensed divers, me myself being a dive master, so if any of you ever want to go dive in Barcelona, hit me up. So right here, Albert gave us some navigation tips and we jumped right into the water. So in this dive, of course, I have my trash bag with me, although Albert already warned me that there's not much to find since he himself cleans up as much as he can. So the first thing that I found was this shell that looked a bit like an ear, as well as this fish called vaca serrana. Quick funny fact about this fish: vaca means cow in Spanish, and the reason we call this fish a cow is because it can do a grunting sound that resembles a lot the moo of a cow. Next we came by these tiny blue fish, as well as these bright orange ones, both of them species that you rarely ever see in Barcelona. You might have noticed that up until now we haven't picked up any trash, and that's because we simply haven't found any at all. Here I thought I found something, but it was just an old shell, and what we found next really blew my mind. This right here is a sea hare, or in Spanish, liebre de mar. I have seen quite a lot of these in Barcelona, but I have never ever seen one swim like this. This is basically also a sea slug, like I have shown in day 3, but just much bigger. What a fantastic find. Moving on, the next thing we came across was this giant field of Posidonia, something I believe unfortunately does not exist in Barcelona. This is an underwater plant, not an algae, and it is incredibly important for our seas. It filters and cleans the water, it creates a habitat for many species, and creates loads of oxygen. So at this point, halfway through the dive, my bag was still completely empty, so we continued our search. But instead of trash, fortunately we found other cool things, like this sea star, more small blue fish, as well as this fan worm that disappears if you get too close to it. Then after playing around a bit, we moved on until we found this incredible looking anemone. It literally looked like a waterfall. Then we found a couple more sea stars, and also this salmonete, or in English red mullet. And right here I thought I found a piece of coral, but in the end I believe it's a sort of sea sponge. Here I then found my first piece of trash, followed by this colorful fish called tordo. Here I thought Alessandra found another piece of trash, but she also found one of these ear shells. And then towards the end we found this octopus. Unfortunately it was a bit shy. And then our oxygen got low, so it was time to head out. A million thanks to Albert from BraveCoastDivers. We really recommend coming here to check it out yourself, and to come back tomorrow for day 7 of this series.